Whoop, whoop.
Ooh, it's dark out there where you're at, ain't it?
Yeah, it's gloomy.
It is.
Give me 1 second.
Well, let me know when you can give them a little intro. More peeps up in this bitch. Share this fucking link out. There it is.
Jade is back.
Here is the list.
Can you read those okay?
Yeah.
Which,
I got it zoomed in.
nice. I want to give credit where it is due. Props to Suicidal Queen for helping me write a couple of those.
Hells yeah.
Which she has already given me information ahead of time that she and I will both be in that chat dropping questions.
Like,
Um,
anyway, while we're waiting, whoop whoop motherfuckers, happy motherfucking 420.
holy shit, it is 420.
It is.
It's a perfect day for juggalos.
It is, man. It really, otherwise known as the day before all employers drop piss tests.
Right. Tank is in the chat
Remember,
already.
tomorrow is International Random Drug Test Day. Yeah, bounced out. He said, "Fuck this mess."
It says we still have one viewer, so, and I know Greenie ain't on yet,
Yeah,
but I
that's
will make
me.
sure he does get on.
That's me. I got it brought up on the laptop
Gotcha.
for the chat.
But me, Suicidal Queen, and Greenie will all be in the chat once Nexus gets on here. Wilbur is not available today. He's got some stuff going on that we're real proud of him for. So,
Okay. Um. Boom.
Tank's still here.
Just sent. Bet he's here again. Look at the viewer count. I just sent Dwayne a link.
All right, let me. Did you sent me the link to this, right?
Yeah, the regular link.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the first one I sent you. The second one was the join link.
I'm not gonna be able to share it. Hang on. I'm gonna
I sent
shoot.
it to Greeny too, so you might
Yeah.
could use his to. Go-ins at a track meet. That's what Tank said. While we're waiting to get started, uh, a little promo bit about our next game diary we're gonna have coming.
Oh, it's gonna be a fun one. So this
It's
upcoming
gonna be a
game.
day late. I feel the need to. I feel the need to tell everyone it will be. We'll be doing the game diary on a Sunday, but she's about to explain why.
Yeah, we're doing a game. Whenever we do that game diary, the Saturday before, the day before, it's gonna be an all day game with Nitro running. It's gonna have Nexus playing, Wilbur's playing, Suicidal Queen is playing, Greenie's playing, I'm playing, and I believe Will Nitro Jr. is playing.
At least for the first half of it, I think is what he said.
And we will be running through Bloodkeep. So for the first time, y'all are gonna, because y'all have heard us mention Bloodkeep. Y'all, for the first time, y'all are gonna get a full-on game diary about Bloodkeep.
Oh, uh, I just got some nifty trinkets in today for it.
Hell yeah!
Ugh.
Hopefully, by the time our interviewee is ready, we'll have some more people in the chat.
Right? Is he almost ready? We're almost 6 minutes in.
I think so. Be honest, you're just tired of having me on here.
No, no. I actually, I mean, I need someone to bounce off of. I can't do this shit solo. And as online personalities go, you're not that boring.
Oh, thank you. Speaking of online personalities and having someone to bounce off of, I'd like to give a little bit of promo. My channel, Sadistic Circus, will have a co-star for at least part of my videos.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Sadistic Queen will be joining me to cover the spookies.
sadistic queen.
I meant Suicidal Queen. You know what I meant.
All right. Well, now
And
that
we now have Nexus.
let's go ahead and give a big round of applause to the man, the myth, and the motherfucking legend. Doyen's here. Whoop
Hello,
whoop.
Diane.
He's at a track
Hello,
meet. See,
Hank.
that's how loyal that motherfucker is. He's at a motherfucker track meet and still took the time to jump in this bitch. Give a shout out to my motherfucking protege. Anyway, whoop whoop. Welcome back to Sit Down. This is a little side series we do here on LHRPG where I basically sit down with random people and fucking interview them. And today we have the co founder of LHR himself. Give a big hand to Nexus.
Woo!
Was that so hard?
I was expecting a smart ass comment.
Uh,
Or did you just not see
uh,
it?
Same as always, we will be taking questions from the chat. So if you guys think of any, throw them in there. However, as with my interview and Strife's interview, we're going to start it a little differently today as we are now sitting in front of from. I can't talk today. We are now sitting with someone, I think the third person here, other than Humble, which is a given because he's not a gamer, that was a juggalo before they were a roleplay gamer. And matter of fact, as I stated, when LHR started, it wasn't about gaming. It kind of became that.
All right.
So we're gonna do some questions that don't necessarily pertain to gaming first before we move on to the main topic. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Um, we're gonna start with how did you first become exposed to the Juggalo world? Go
Honestly,
as in depth as you need.
I can't even remember that far back. I do good to remember last Tuesday. Um, like I had heard of, you know, I'd heard some of their
Damn.
songs, throughout school, but like I really didn't get into a lot of their music until you gave me a couple CDs, and that was in like 2008.
Yeah, I think I got you a copy of Forgotten Freshness Volume 4,
Uh,
and then
You gave me a
Well, the
twisted.
first half of it.
No, it was disc two.
A twist. Was it disc two? And the other one was a twisted CD.
It was one that you. It was. It wasn't like one of their, pretty. One of their produced CDs. It was one that you would
Oh,
burn.
it's one of the ones I burned.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I used to do that a lot until, CD players became obsolete. Now I'm trying to get more CDs for my car, pretty much. Um, so what is it about the Juggalo community that kind of drew you in and made you feel like this is for me?
Um. Overall acceptance. Um. You're you're free to be. To act the way you want. Be who you want. You're not. Oh, you have to be this way or that way, or you have to do what everybody else does.
For instance, you're probably the only redneck I know that sings songs about killing rednecks. Don't get it twisted. Nexus is a juggalo, but he's a country boy.
That's why I was boondocks
He's like
3 years
Jelly Roll mixed with Boondocks.
ago.
Yeah. Um, let's see. All right, let's see how far our memories of this one night pretty
I'm gonna
much
need like
differ.
15 seconds, if that. I have to grab a jack.
Hurry up. Get in the chat, motherfuckers. It's 420. Where's Snoop? Did I send one to Snoop? I think I did.
I think I probably sent you your first one this morning.
Do what?
I probably sent you your first happy 420 this morning.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're the only one that's wished me a happy 420. All right, so I want to see how much our memories line up and then how much they differ based on perspective. When LHR was founded.
Was I
Uh,
there?
let's go into yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, if memory serves me correctly, I believe you came up with the name and I sketched out the logo.
Probably.
Go into a little bit of detail on how LHR was originally formed and what it was, basically.
Well, we've covered it once or twice before, but originally we was just fucking off on JB.
Yeah.
Um, and then it was just like a bunch of people just like, what y'all's names? Da da da. I'm like, we'll get back with you with that one.
The thing is, we weren't really doing YouTube. We were just starting chat rooms on JB and talking shit with our faces painted.
Yeah, talking shit or
Getting
rappers
fucked
singing
up.
ICP songs or Twisted or Boondocks or whoever.
Um, so, how do you feel about the direction it's going? Like, how far it's come from what it was to what it is now?
Well, from what it was then to now, like when we started on JB, we had a lot of followers, but you couldn't really. It was more so just like people just click and follow and never come back. But now, like people actually come and watch videos. You know, it's more. You know, now it's more. More consistent. You see the same names. You see in the lot in the live chat, you see the same names, comments. It's a more steady fan base than what we had on JB because you hardly ever seen the same names in the fucking groups.
Shout out to SQ. She's in the chat. Whoop whoop. Um. Oh fuck, that's a long one.
What the fuck?
Oh, I'm pretty sure your old lady came up with this one. We're gonna go ahead and do this one. All
Good, because
right.
she's standing outside.
Uh, cool. I'm reading it word for word because she wrote a paragraph. Many people have a tendency to distance themselves from the Juggalo community once they become parents. Uh, as a proud Juggalo parent, is there anything you could tell these people?
You'll have to repeat that very last part.
Basically, what would you tell someone that says that you have to give up being a Juggalo once you become a parent?
Um, fuck off.
In layman's terms.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Like if someone says, "Hey, I'm having a kid, but I think now I need to stop listening to ice."
It's their responsibility as a parent to educate the child on what is entertainment and what is reality. And the reality of the matter is just because you stop listening to a certain type of music does not mean that child is not going to at some point come into you know contact with the same music, or you know and or be put in a situation that if they were you know exposed to ICP or fucking Boondocks or you know anybody, you know that they're not going to feel, oh, I'm uncomfortable or I can't listen to this or whatever, because you know my mom and dad wouldn't like me doing any of this or this or that or whatever. It boils down to the whole thing that I said before. It's acceptance. So if you teach your kid the difference from the start rather than wait till they're 14, 15 years old, like, oh yeah, I used to listen to that, and they're looking at them go, and then you got the kid looking at the parent like, I don't think I want to believe you because that's not how you are.
It's like hell. My stepmom tried to tell me that she listened to ICP in high school, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, no, you didn't. Like you told me you graduated in the late '80s. Insane Clown Posse wasn't out until 1990. So
Right. All right. Here's an example.
just saying.
Separate from ICP, this is the best way I can give an example. All right. Parent tells it tells A parent tells their child their whole life, oh, don't smoke weed, don't do this, don't do that. It's going to ruin your life. And then come to find out that that said parent used to sell or sell it, smoke it, whatever. But they're sitting there telling the child it'll ruin your life, but your life's not ruined. So I
Right. What
mean,
else are you lying to me about?
that's like that. This is going to hurt you a lot more than it hurts me. Now, I really don't think it's going to.
Right? You don't have bruises, motherfucker. Um, let's see. Um, has being a member slash founder of LHR affected your life in any meaningful way? Other than that sick ass tattoo on your bicep.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you got to look at it like out of everybody in my family, like I'm sorry, I'm having a problem putting words together. It's been a long day.
You're good. Take your
Um,
time.
you know, on the positives, well, the biggest positive is is I get to participate in videos and game sessions and all that. All the memories, the all the crazy shit we've done. That
Videos on a Motorola Razor.
we invented vines before vines were invented.
We did. Shit, that was like, what, 2000s? Like 05, 06?
Something like that.
Fuck, man. Um, okay, we're gonna do one more Juggalo question, and then we'll move on to the gaming shit, because, that's our main platform. Um, and this is one that I tend to ask everyone that is affiliated with the community. And also, I always see asked in big time interviews and like at the gathering and shit. What does being a juggalo mean to you?
That's a big question.
It is.
That's a heavy question.
And I've heard so many beautiful answers.
Well, great. They're passing the phone back and forth. But I have a feeling I'm about to be bombarded with questions from the same screen name. I'm gonna have to repeat the question.
What does being a juggalo mean to you?
Dominic Toretto.
What?
Family. You know, I in one word. I mean, it's
Hi, I got hair.
what?
I said I've heard so many different answers to that question that it blows my wig off. She said, "What wig? I see you all the time, and your ass ain't got no hair."
He's got hair.
That's hair, motherfucker.
He may not have as much as I do, but he's got hair.
I got some
I've
on my
seen you
face.
bald.
Yeah, I was bald for a while.
I seen sister with my hair.
Being able to be who they are without being looked down upon or treated differently.
Look at like all of our comments are gonna be SQJ. SQJ, SQJ.
I think people don't understand the questioning. Um, I mean, it goes right back to your first question. I mean, you don't have to be any set way. You can be who you are. You're accepted for who you are, or how you want to act, or whatever. As long as you're not doing some fucked up shit.
I mean, you can do some fucked up shit so long as you're not, putting anyone else at risk of any kind of harm,
That's not
whether
like
it be
I'm talking
physical,
about. Like I'm not
psychological,
talking
or
about like
emotional.
I'm not talking about like doing like specifically doing like, oh dude, that's some fucked up shit. I'm talking about like doing the really ooga booga fucked up shit.
The low down dirty shit.
Yeah.
Shit that Juggalos don't stand for.
Like trying to actively get the mark canceled and trying to talk people into not performing for the free concert that was promoting it. Twisted.
Yeah,
Smoothie almost came out twice.
porking your buddy's daughter.
Right? That was wicked. What? No, that was a bad one. This
Cough
blunt,
it up,
man.
it's not yours.
So, it's making me cough. Fuck
SQ.
any hooser. Now we'll get into the fun stuff here. Because, I mean, rep it for life, but it starts getting deep after a minute. I got a bad back. I can't handle the heavy today.
Yeah, me neither.
So,
It's been a long, stressful day.
how'd you first get into tabletop games?
That guy.
Go ahead and give them the story for the people watching that don't know it.
Oh, which part? The part where I destroyed your game
Let's
with the
go
very first
into.
character I created?
No, no. How about first we'll go into detail about how I first approached you with the idea, and then we'll talk about that first game that we ran.
Okay, so how you approached me with the idea? Well, you're like, hey,
Is
you like
that
playing
Wilbur?
games. Your average spider. Think it is.
Wilbur.
Shout out Wilbur! Whoop whoop! We got a legacy.
I think I think he's hiding.
I interrupted that.
I think he's hiding behind Charlotte's Web. That's why your average spider.
Nuh-uh. Oh,
What?
it's so cold. I
Um.
can't.
Nuh-uh.
There you go.
Thanks.
You you approached me in SQ like, hey, you guys like RPGs? I'm like, yeah, it's about the only type of game I really play. And he's like, well, I got an RPG you can play. And I'm like, I'm listening. He's like, but hear me out. It's not on a games console. And I'm like, okay, I'm listening. He's like, just bear with me.
I was so
Dungeons
confused.
and Dragons, and I kid you not, I'm going to quote myself. What kind of fucking nerd are you?
Um.
Oh no, I'm way worse. Like he's like, don't knock it till you try it because that's what I thought. And he said, then I played it and it's like it's really fun. And I'm like, Oh, I'll give it a shot.
I was
I'm like, I'll give it a shot. And like then, dude, we played on a fucking laptop. I was like, hey, you said no consoles.
Mind.
Yeah.
and look at it now.
Right.
So
No.
what do you think about that first game? Considering you're playing now, like fuck, what almost 10 years later,
No.
like what
Almost
7?
eight. Almost 8 years.
Yeah, that's almost 10 years. 8 out of 10. That's almost 10. That's 80% of the way
February.
there.
Just over 7 years. February of next year, March of next year will be 8 years.
Yeah, March. So 7 years. That's over half a decade. So, what are the top three aspects of tabletop gaming that kind of drew you in?
The biggest thing that drew me in is you're not limited to how you interact with an NPC. Like if you're playing, any RPG on a console, you're limited to what type of interaction you can have. Like you can only ask choice specific questions. You know, you can only do choice specific things. With D&D, you know, you can ask them, "Hey, you have, this," or "Hey, have you ever gone and done this?" No, well, shut the hell up about it then. You don't get that option in a game. You don't get the option in a video game to boast about what you've done. The closest thing to that is playing Fable, and you can pull your trophies out. I mean, that's all you get to do is just like, hey, look what I did. He's asking
You
me.
know, we need to we need a house rule like if you boast about your accomplishments during a social interaction, like you're arguing, right? And you start boasting about your fucking achievements and you know that this person is not a big famous adventurer, intimidation check.
Or persuasion.
Someone needs to make a sign
Yeah.
of the little person that's in a block, and whenever somebody does something fucked up and crazy or stupid in a game, hold it up.
Dude, stay
All
up.
right.
Dude,
So
dude, no.
what's number
Jay
two?
just said, number two, the character building aspect. Like like there is some mild limitations to it, but you know, you can round a character off to be a pretty much a jack of all trades if you get your level up high enough. Um, you know, and then there's the RP. The non-combat RP. I hear a crunching of a bag, sir. What snacks have you brought for everybody? Oh, I cannot have that snack.
What is it?
It's just 4K.
Oh,
he's
it's 420,
about to
dude.
he's about to partake of the chicken in 4K.
Like, right. So I'm gonna do it up. Um, and what's number three?
Oh,
RP. You said you already said RP.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm spacing.
I had the
Okay.
number four.
Oh yeah, hit me.
Yeah,
Bonus
the
round.
rule of cool. The rule of cool. I want to do something that's not technically worded that you can do, but it sounds really cool. So DM, can I please try it if I pass a roll that is high enough?
And 9 times out of 10, at least if I'm running a game, if you break it down and explain to me why it makes sense and why it would benefit everything, 9 times out of 10, I might set the DC high, but I'll be like, fuck yeah, let's try this out.
Jade's got the phone again.
Why?
I don't know, but the comments for me aren't loading. The last one I
Do
see is
you,
not.
yeah, that's the last one.
Oh, huh?
Try tapping the screen.
That is the last one, I think.
He said that's the last one.
Nobody's engaging with the chat. There, now your old lady just put one in. Oh,
Yeah, that
Jade
was
did
Jade.
on your old lady's phone.
Ah.
Well, since we're doing this, hang on.
We have way too much fun.
SQ, you are now a moderator in the live chat.
Well, thank you very much.
Um,
So if anyone come in here talking stupid, you kick their ass out.
Gotcha.
um,
All right. So
favorite.
the question was, what is an example of your favorite rule of cool moment? And that's from Sister.
Okay.
Preferably from a game you either have ran or played in.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Cthulhu, where we Fortnited our way with a rocket.
Okay, I'm high and lost. Details.
We were running Cthulhu, and DL was playing with us. And he had this idea because the place where we were at was pretty much like a zero gravity area, and
Oh
he
yeah.
tied a rope around a rocket, and he launched the rocket, which propelled the entire group because we became weightless.
I remember we were running the Lost Expedition. I remember now. You were in the time warp.
Yep.
Oh, that was a fun one. That's the sister might remember. I told a story on a previous episode about how I had to fucking metagame break the fourth wall, so to speak, and look at DL and be like, "Do you want to fucking play the adventure or not? Because if you want to play the adventure, you have to go through this thing." That's the game he's talking about. Oh, that's great. That's great. What advice would you give new players who want to play?
Buy lots of dice because your dice will betray you and you'll have to have
Yes.
new ones. And lots of pencils, lots and lots of pencils and paper.
All right. Let's see what some more questions we've got noted down here. Um, do you prefer being a player or a GM,
I like them both
and
equally.
why?
Well, I like
Okay.
doing
Well,
both
let's go in
equally.
detail on both.
Um, I like
How about
running the.
we give a pro and a con for each side?
Okay, well, a pro in playing is you're not having to. You actually get to enjoy playing the game without knowing what's coming. Um, A con to playing is there's times when you openly say, "Hey, I'm going to do this," and then you have another player who says, "Oh, I'm going to do that too." To the exact, for instance, I'm not going to name drop who it was, but we were playing in Wilbur's game, and I have this thing when I run a cleric or a paladin that I will brand my enemies with my deity of choices um, holy symbol. And as soon as I said that, a player pipes up and says, "Oh, I'm going to do that too," to the same guy.
That wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you. It was an individual who likes to shoot people in the face.
Ow! He's not snitching. Greeny! Sorry,
Oh,
that was a bad one.
that the Hawk's getting pretty bad, man. You might want to get that checked out.
Right. I
Um,
just don't have any. I have candy apple.
so that's the pros and the cons for playing. Pros and cons for running the game. Pro is you can choose whether to run something pre-written or something completely new. And if you run something completely new, everything is open to homebrew. I personally, I love homebrew. Monsters, items, how anything works. I'm all for homebrew. Um, it's I guess you would say I don't know if you would say I'm a bad DM or I'm an evil DM, but I love to just watch the players, constantly rack their brain, and in a sense, I love to watch them squirm in
Squirm.
a situation. Yeah, I love to watch them squirm in a situation and fight to figure out what they need to do next. Um, for instance, something that you did to us was the knock knock door.
Yes! Tell him. Oh, I loved that bit.
We were playing, and we came to this door. We tried everything. We tried opening the door, and as soon as we get open, it would slam shut. So we had this great idea. We were going to tie a rope around the door, rig up a pulley system, and the barbarian was going to yank the door open, and we were going to walk through the door. I walked through the door and get met with a fist in the face, and got sent flying. The fist was the size of the door. The hand reaches out, shuts the door, and as they close the door, you say, "How rude!" I'm like, I knock on the door. Dick.
Oh, I love that bit. I love that bit.
I didn't. The fucked up thing is, I didn't take damage from getting punched, but I took damage for hitting what I hit because another player said, "Well, ain't that this behind him?" Fuck.
Yeah,
And they're like,
you
"Yeah,
essentially took falling damage, I think, is how we ruled it.
yeah," but it wasn't falling; it was flying damage.
Same thing. Velocity, impact.
Yeah, of 40 feet. Yeah, you fly straight back and hit the
Uh,
wall. There was four fucking pillars behind me.
and a con for being a GM.
Say that again.
A con.
Oh, I my biggest. And a lot of people say, "Oh, I can't stand the metagaming or the sidebarring." My biggest pet peeve when playing is when a player does not get their way and they throw a conniption fit. They throw a tantrum. I can't stand it.
So the con is being a glorified babysitter.
What is something you've done in game that you are proud of but pissed off the G? Star Wars.
Here we go.
I'm not referencing
I
Star
knew it
Wars.
was gonna be Star
No,
Wars.
I said I'm
You're
not
not?
doing Star. No, nope. I'm not doing
Okay.
Star Wars. Everybody's heard that one. What about when I
Yeah.
took down a guide at level 14 because you overpowered my character with all kinds of shit I shouldn't have had?
We don't talk. No, 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 no.
So the gist of that was I was a level 14 half orc, half elf. Because nowhere in the book, and that's one of the rule of cool moments that I've been banned from. Um,
Yeah, technically, in the half elf and in the half orc sections, it doesn't necessarily state that the other half has to be human.
Therefore, I was half elf, half orc, uh, with really good bonuses. Um,
Yeah, because he got the fucking racial traits for both of those. It's like he got the Super Munchkin card.
Pretty much.
No, wait, no, races. You got the half breed card from Munchkin.
Yeah. What?
Super Munchkin is when you cross class.
Yeah. They're laughing about something, so I have no idea what the fuck
He
happened.
said, y'all said it was a half elf, half orc. I was like, that had to be one interesting honeymoon, although not as interesting as a halfling and an orc. And she goes,
That's how she feels
A
all the time.
what?
So
What?
sister made joke, and then
I got that, but what is it?
she said that had to be interesting. Half orc, or orc, and then elf. That had to be an interesting honeymoon. SQ says, or no, Jade says something about
not as interesting
not
as a
as
halfling
entering
and an orc.
as an orc and a halfling. Up here, and then SQ said, "Yeah, Kaduk." I said, "That's how she feels all the time."
Next question.
Next question.
The delayed facial response is great.
What's your favorite system you've played so far?
Oh, I would have to say, uh, so far, I would have to say Cyberpunk.
Yeah? Is it the awesome dynamic combat rules?
Yes. Like, don't get me wrong, I
Like,
love
I've
D&D.
noticed, uh, allow me to quote one of my favorite RPG online personalities. Shout out to Seth Skorkowski. But Cyberpunk kind of inspires that John Woo style of fight scene, like from Face Off. You're running around, you're jumping, dodging, shooting shit. You know, it's not like you're just standing there swinging a club back and
I would
forth
have
until
used the
one of you
Matrix.
drops.
I would have used the Matrix as the analogy.
Well, John Woo didn't direct The Matrix. That's why I say that. John Woo is known for very cinematic fight scenes in movies.
Yeah.
Like the final battle in fucking Face Off, there's doves flying everywhere. They're having a shootout in the fucking church. They end up hijacking motorboats, shoot out on the fucking ocean. They crash, land on the beach, still keep fighting.
Fast and the Furious without gun.
No, because they don't fight. No, they don't fight. They throw cars at each other.
Don't tempt me next time we play.
Not next time we play, cars don't exist. We're back in the medieval times. What up, Doyen? Whoop whoop.
Next time we play Cyberpunk,
You didn't say next time play
we were talking
Cyberpunk. You
about
said that.
Cyberpunk.
Right, but you got to think next time we play anything, it's going to be D&D. Um. All right. What's something that the GM does in game that pisses you off?
I honestly haven't personally come across anything that either of the GMs that I've played with has done that's pissed me off. I've seen them both get pissed off, but I've never really seen the GMs do anything that's pissed me off. Not that I can remember.
Can you think of
All
something?
right. Well, maybe that's a bit hyperbolic. How about we say something they do that something like where you're sitting there thinking, really, what the fuck?
Yeah, I can think of one thing. I can only think of one
What?
scenario. You made
Unload
an
it.
NPC that I could not intimidate or persuade, and I threatened them, and I had to follow through with my threat. So I caved his head in with a dwarven herb
Refresh
apple.
my memory. Oh, fuck you.
My precious smack.
Uh, have you ever done anything as a GM that pissed off your players?
Yes, yes, I have. I have.
What is it?
I I had a player who was adamant about fighting the big bad evil guy, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to let you fight the big bad evil guy. I'll let you fight one of his shades. And they got fucked up, and one player got knocked to 0 HP and was knocked unconscious. They got pissed off. Curse of Strahd.
What is your favorite? Are you talking about me?
I'm talking about when you wanted to fight Strahd. The entire party got
Right.
fucked
I didn't
up.
get.
No, but the player that got knocked unconscious did.
I was about to say, I was laughing the whole time my head was stuck in a wall, playing it out. I'll get you, Strom. His name is Strahd. He knows that. He's just a bit of a dick. Um, uh, Another question in the chat. What is your favorite moment you have witnessed a player other than you get pissed off at the GM in game?
Sister.
You almost slapped my
Oh
face.
yeah, with
What was the campaign? She was the drow and I was the Feyrai.
It was my first game.
oh yeah, we were just talking about that. Hang on. No. Go ahead and tell the story while I.
So I
You
was
know how to lock
playing
the door handle on your way out.
Feyrai, which is a
Make sure Zoe's okay before you go.
the best
Continue.
way to explain it is they're a race that got imprisoned in a different dimensional plane, which caused them to mutate throughout generations. And they were imprisoned by Drow, and they had the utmost hatred for Drow. And one of the other players was playing a Drow.
Hashtag old Jade. She's come a long way.
She has. And I played the character the way that they should have been played, and the way I view it. This is a race that despises drow elves. They don't like any elves, specifically drow elves. And all this character knows was this was a drow elf who has openly committed treason against their own people. This individual cannot be trusted at all.
And is sworn in devotion to an evil Drider goddess.
Yes.
Praise Lord.
Was that when you got the emblem on your head?
No,
No.
that was
Did she say praise Loth?
Yes, and then SQ asked, "Is that when she got the emblem on her head?" No,
Yes. No, no, it's not. That was a
that's
different
when
one.
I was running,
That was when you ran.
and it was the middle of the night, and she went banging on people's doors and got met by a paladin, and he branded her
You
in the
say it was
forehead.
Lard, wasn't it?
Yep, she got branded with the knocker on the
That's
door.
something that pissed me off. Y'all want to know something that pissed me off when I was a player? This motherfucker spending 2 full sessions building up a friendship between me and this fucking paladin dude that I'm the reason he's a fucking paladin. We're best fucking friends. We meet for the third session and he's like, yeah, he's laying there about to die. And I'm like, fuck you, no, he's not. I was playing a cleric. He forgot.
I didn't forget.
Who was running the game before you took throwing?
Because I said, spare the dying. And Nexus goes, you son of a bitch.
Kept throwing shit.
Wild Hawkwood chase.
Yes, yes,
I was
yes.
running that.
you're good.
That
Um,
just popped into my head for some reason.
What?
SQ just asked a question off screen. There was a game that I ran where a buddy of ours was playing, and they were playing a barbarian, and the correct questions were not getting asked, and I had no way to get the people to go do what they were supposed to do because they just wanted to keep running shop to shop and house to house and asking everybody a question. And we'll go here and ask these people. Go here and ask these people. The one place they did not go was to the mayor's house or to the quote unquote quest board that was in the middle of town. And they got sent everywhere. Well, you can go to the quest board or you can go over here and talk to these people. That's what everybody told them. Go to the quest board or go talk to these people. They always go talk to people instead of go read. And I shit you not, the barbarian got mad and started throwing shit and said, "Wild honk bird chase."
Who was it?
It was Guy, man.
What?
It was Guy.
Who's got it?
Wild hog bird chase?
Honk wild goose chase. Wild honk bird chase.
Honk bird. Oh my god. Oh shit.
The thing that he kept throwing
Uh,
was a ball. It was a homebrewed item. You had to have a 20 in strength to even attempt to pick it up. And it required a strength check to pick it up. And he nat 20 the strength check. So I'm like, well, you pick this ball up like it's a damn feather. Whatever you do, don't. And I told him out of game, whatever you do, do not drop this ball. And he's like, okay. He's like, I start juggling the ball with my weapons. I'm like, you dick. I'm like, okay, make me an acrobatics. And he failed it. He dropped his weapons and the ball. The ball caused a minor quake. It was intended to be one of those items that's there. You just can't use it.
well, that's like when I ran the haunting for them a couple weeks back. Um, in the module, they have an opportunity to find a certain spell But then it states in the module that that spell is not intended for use in the scenario because it could fuck up the whole game. And then I start thinking, so why the fuck would you include it then? So, you know what I did? I didn't give them the handout with that spell on it. That's what I did. You know what that spell was?
Uh-uh.
Summon and bind dimensional shambler.
What the fuck?
I made it, yeah. So I made it very clear that the villain had access to that spell, but I did not give the players access to that spell. And when I did show that the bad guy had access to that spell, I did it by taking out an NPC and not one of the player characters.
SQ's typing. And she's
All
smiling.
right. Oh
The
shit.
great thing about these games, you never know what's going to happen. Okay.
Were you
Ever.
scared?
Ever.
I was slightly scared there for a moment.
Hey, hey, the viewers can hear her. Why don't she tell the story about what happened when I tried to have the fucking drow come and kidnap you guys when you were camping out over the night?
Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay. Uh-oh. Greenie's in trouble.
What'd he do now?
Him was asked over an hour ago to take an animal to use the restroom and has not done it yet.
What the fuck, man? Alright, anyway, back to the show. Let's not put everybody's personal business on Front Street. Um, is your favorite emotional moment from one of our games?
Um, Fantasy High.
What scene?
Um, when when the entire town was being basically destroyed.
Oh, the Harvestman?
Yeah,
The killer part is you didn't even get to witness the most emotional that shit could have got because you guys didn't have a Seacaster.
right.
Like I think Wilbur played a Seacaster for like half of one session because he had to do it over the phone and we didn't have the proper shit to make that work
Yeah.
like long term or anything. But like if you ask sister, I'm pretty sure at least for me, the most emotional that whole fucking montage got was at Zandre Seacaster's house when he went to see his dad. That was pretty fucking harsh. Uh, what is one character you have played before that you wish you could play again?
Do I have to say it?
Yes.
Anders.
Oh,
I'm forbidden from
you
playing
could
that
run him
campaign.
through. How about this? We'll do another run through a Tomb of Horrors sometime, and you can run Anders in it.
I don't know if I have that character sheet anymore.
Uh, we'll figure it out.
Either that or my lizard folk ranger.
Um, What is your favorite fail moment? Like a you fail a dice roll moment.
Ah, um,
For you specifically, a time you failed the dice roll.
mm, there's been a lot. Like, there's been a lot. Um,
How about the bed in the haunting when you failed your dodge?
no, I have a better one. That same character, though, for 30 minutes straight, my character was, it was Cthulhu, and my character had turned to the bad guys and became a cultist. And I was
Bobby T.
attempting,
Ironside.
yes, I was attempting to knock another player out of a boat without them noticing. For 20 minutes, I
Yeah.
attempted to knock them out of a boat, and for 20 minutes, I kept failing because the player couldn't swim and we were in
It
a
was
river.
great. They were the only on their way to the lighthouse.
Should have hit him really fast.
Hey, he. Needless to say, he blew his cover.
Should have had me there. I have a good track record for pistol whipping in that game.
She does.
I
An
know.
amazing one. She always crits.
Uh,
Oh. Oh. Um, what's your favorite combat from one of our games?
oh, favorite combat: the Dracolich.
In the
Absolute
Tomb of
hands down.
Horrors?
Yes, absolute hands down. That was probably the most
Even though you died?
because we kept forgetting to add some numbers. I would have won single handedly against a Dracolich.
Yeah. So what was it about that combat that makes it so memorable for you?
You couldn't touch nothing.
Go ahead and explain what you mean.
So there was pillars. I can't remember exactly if it was the pillars or if it was something else that if you touched it, it made you float.
The
And if,
pillars.
yeah,
If you touched the pillar, it would sink into the floor, but then you would start to rise.
and each time you touched one, you would rise higher. And the only way to avoid being hit by the Draculich was to go from pillar to pillar. In hindsight, I guess I could have used my immovable rod.
Yeah, could have.
Didn't think about it. What?
You could have saved the bone saw.
But the ceiling of this room were some orbs, and if any part of your body went in there, it was no more, which made the combat very trying and very strategic, especially when you're trying to shoot a bow with one arm.
And a foot.
Yeah, but I'm saying I was attempting to shoot a bow with one arm by using my feet to hold the bow.
Um, what is the funniest RP moment you've witnessed or been a part of in a game? One of
Funniest?
all the questions from here on out are going to result in one of our games, one that
Okay.
either you ran and I played in, or one that I ran and you played in.
The funniest RP moment.
or one that Wilbur ran and we both played in.
The funniest RP moment would have to be. It's in Star Wars. It did not happen to me, but it was in a game you ran. Droid.
Inferno.
Yep, the Fimbot.
Oh my god, yes. Hey, that's what he gets for making me take 50 points of damage from a giant's nutsack a week prior. He ran one game and we got about 2 hours in and it was going good. And then from that moment on, it just got gayer and gayer and gayer. And I'm not using the term gay to mean negative like fucking homophobic shit. I'm saying we were getting smacked with dicks and balls. It was gay.
Jade made a point. It could have been
It
gayer.
wasn't gay like that's fucked up. It like two dudes fucking each other. That's how gay it was.
It could have been. Jade made a valid point. It could have been gayer. It could have been worse. The Giants could have used you for a toy.
No, I was more worried that the one giant was going to use me as a condom to fuck something way bigger. This one's from Jade. Who is your favorite BBEG?
Ooh.
Keep in mind, all questions going forward have to be from a game that you and I were in together. Don't matter if we were running, playing what, as long as we were both there. That way we can toss shit back and forth.
um. Uh, that is a hard one. That is a
He's like,
hard
I
one.
don't know. I don't know, Nitro, because your games suck.
No, it's a hard one because, like, a lot of the games I didn't get to make it to the end because of scheduling. Um.
Which is why I'm determined to do Bloodkeep all in one day.
Um. Of the BBEGs I've got to encounter, my favorite would have had to have been the principal, the vice principal.
Calvaxis,
Yes,
the ancient red dragon, emperor of the red waste.
it's between him and Lolth
Yeah,
because Lolth was
that's
going to
when
think
I ran City of the Spider Queen.
she was going to try to turn me into a Drider. Nah, man, hang
That was a
on.
fun. That was a 3.5 campaign.
That was a very fast combat. That's what made you mad.
Oh, dude, no! You want to talk about pissing people off in combat? DL was running a game when I was staying up in Bangor, and basically, he's like obsessed with dragons and shit, right? So he was trying to do a campaign of dragon shit where, we go through all the different colors. And he decided in like 2 episodes in, he was going to throw Tiamat through a gate in front of us to try to scare us. But what he hadn't planned on is me and Ed were playing together. So I don't remember exactly how he did it. He had some kind of spell. It's in 3.5 where as Tiamat was coming through the gate, he basically shrunk the portal around her to where it held her in place and she couldn't move. It was just her head's poking out. And we just fucking slaughtered her right there where she couldn't move. We were like level 10. DL got pissed. Fun times. Good times. Uh, who is your favorite NPC?
Hmm. Hmm. Woos Bane.
uh, is that the one you played with Nameless?
Yep. He would jump in and
For
save the
those of
day.
you that For those of you that aren't aware, I am such a nerd that I created the Batman in D&D as an NPC. Oh. Oh. We don't come on, we need more questions, people.
Is that all of them off
Because
the
there's
paper?
only two left on this. There's two left on this list, but I want to save them until toward the end because they're like real deep ones that you got to think about. Um, let's see. Here we go. I'll ask a stupid one that Humble Among asks, but it I say it's stupid. I don't mean it's a stupid question. It's just a goofy question, but I love it. Uh, if you were a Care Bear, what would the picture on your tummy be?
Hmm. Honestly, probably some type of blade.
Be like a fucking fillet knife.
No, not that. Not that time. It'd be like a butcher knife or a meat cleaver or something like that. A big nasty
Oh
blade.
yeah, it's gotta be a cleaver.
No, it'd be
Look,
a
bro,
Swiss
it's gotta
Army
be a
knife.
cleaver.
It'd be a Swiss Army knife.
Oh my god.
I got the tool for any situation.
It's gotta be a Swiss Army knife, and then right up by where the corkscrew is, there's a hatchet that comes out. Um, what is your favorite class, race, feat, and spell from 5e?
Oh, my favorite class that I have played, hands down, the cleric.
Yeah. Really?
Um, the my favorite race, probably either um, the lizard folk or the Asimar. Um,
Alright.
my
Next is
favorite
feet.
feat, hands down, polearm master.
All right, and spell.
It's a cleric spell, but call storm.
Oh my god. Tempest cleric.
Yes.
He decimated with that spell, y'all. Um, what established IP, whether it be a movie franchise or a book series or a TV series, what established IP would you like to play in a game based on?
Borderlands.
I wouldn't be able to run that one, so we would have to talk to Wilbur, and maybe I could play it
I
with
would
you
like to play it, but
because
not
I
on
know
a D and
nothing
D.
about the.
I wouldn't want to play it on D&D though. I would want to do it on Cyberpunk
Okay, that's simple.
because
We do a few more one shots of Cyberpunk, get him used to the system, and then convince him to learn to run it.
because
Greeny's
uh
in here. Oh nope, that's Jade. Whoop whoop.
um
Yeah, I know nothing about that source material, so I would not be able to run that.
fun fact about Borderlands. In Borderlands the pre-sequel, um there is a D&D Easter egg in it. At the end of the game, you can partake in a side mission in the game to play D&D with one of the NPCs. And it's you are acting as the characters. And then that led up to what is Tiny Tina's Wonderland, which is D&D based, you know, Borderlands. It's basically D&D with futuristic alien guns.
Yeah, I don't. I know nothing about it, but I know enough based on imagery and shit that I've seen to know that Cyberpunk is probably a better suited system for it.
Yeah.
At least where combat's concerned.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But what makes me want to play it is the creatures, the enemies. Like you have bandits and all that stuff, but then you have creatures. Like the skags are basically like there's different sizes, like, and they're fucking massive. Like the small ones are half the size of the player, and those are the weak ones. Like they would be like a dire wolf in D&D, and the big ones would be bigger than an owlbear. So I mean, and that's the skags. Then you have spider ants and shit like that come up out of the fucking ground. And the only way you can hurt them is if you shoot them in their ass. If their whole front side is armored.
The fuck?
Oh, come on, we need some questions, people.
We do. We
We have
really do,
four
y'all.
viewers, and we've only been getting questions from two people.
Um, let me think. Okay, what's your favorite physical prop or accessory to?
I can't use it.
I'm not talking about your Willie.
I have an actual short, and you won't let me use it.
Something made for usage in a game.
Probably my Harry Potter wand.
Okay.
Who is your favorite GM other than yourself? I plead the fifth. I cannot
Ah,
answer that without hurting somebody's feelings. I will not answer that. Uh-oh, somebody's blowing your phone up.
Yeah, hang on. I have to get a hold of Tank and Dorian's mom when we get off here. We got about a half hour left.
Uh, hope
Matter of
everything's
fact, I could
okay.
probably do that here on my. I could actually probably do that right here on Facebook. There she is. Give me just a sec. You want to engage with the chat while I do this real quick?
Yeah. What is your biggest growth you have made as a player? I don't know. um, my biggest growth that I've made as a player. She's inside. uh, did you catch that one there, bub?
One sec. What was it? I'm sorry.
They said, "What is the biggest growth you have made as a player?" It said, "My biggest growth is in the house."
It's malignant.
Talking about the
Uh,
Google Butt.
I know.
Uh, uh, um, my biggest growth as a player would have to be. Um, I don't know how you would word it, but like when I first started playing, like I had to be like a ranger or something like that. You know, I had to be a martial class. I had to be, just swing a sword or shoot a bow. Now,
Yeah.
I'll play clerics or, you know, I've been waiting for the opportunity to play as a gnome wizard. That way we can do the fastball special.
We will eventually have our chance to get the hunter on the grassy knoll.
Yes.
Um, trying to think of some good ones.
What is your favorite moment as a GM, and what is your favorite memory of other GMs? Oh, my favorite memory of other GMs. I hate to say it like this, but like it's got to be Wilbur with all of his voices, like the way he interacts. Like it's on like a whole different level. Oh, that's a good
Funniest
one.
fail. Didn't we already do that?
No, we never answered it.
Oh.
No, wait. Yeah, I did answer that one. It was
Yeah, we did that one.
trying to knock dumbass off the boat. But the one above
Yeah.
that's a really good one. What is the coolest thing you have done as a spellcaster in D&D? The absolute coolest thing that I have done is
Let's see if we agree on it.
casting Call Storm on the football field. Oh, I'm sorry, Blood Rush field.
We're thinking of the same campaign, but we have an idea for the answer of that.
Wait a minute, the mall. I cast
Why
Call
the
Storm.
mall?
I cast Call Storm above the mall, and I used this. I used the lightning to take out the power.
Oh, when you guys had to round up them things.
Yep. And then somebody decided they were going to start shooting people, nameless.
I still say the coolest thing you did in that campaign was killing Johnny Spells. The way you did it.
Oh, drowning him in his own car.
With no water in sight.
It was
Yeah.
not conjure water. It was not conjure water. It was create or destroy water.
Like, you couldn't see water, but he was coughing up water. Uh, um,
Okay, who is that?
517 Wacko. I
I'm
don't
with.
know.
I'm with the ops. Why you kill my?
Identify yourself. Maybe it's Inferno. I heard he's supposed to be getting out soon.
Mm, I don't know.
Um, that's odd.
Yeah, like I don't know who this is.
I don't either. But they have to be subscribed in order to jump in.
I'm coming around soon.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Don't come up here and kill the vibe, man. I did. I hinted that it might be. I don't know. Cool. I'm not sure if you know this, bro, but this is a gaming channel. So, I mean, anyway,
It wouldn't be humble, would it?
no. No, he's been in the chat. His shit says humble among.
Okay.
And he don't say stupid shit. Right. What is a moment that made you laugh your ass off at another player?
What is a moment that made you laugh your ass off at it? The Fembot. Again, the Fembot. Inferno loved that.
Yeah. All right. Don't say nothing else, Nexus, because they said that they are Inferno. So, if you are, what are we talking about when we talk about the Fembot? Because you would know. While we wait on that, Nexus, you can go ahead and answer SQ's next question.
Um, what are you hoping legacies get out of the LHR? Confidence. Good stories to tell their kids. Back in my day.
Liquid Sister said,
Yes.
"Yeah, I think this guy's a troll, y'all."
One of y'all should click on him and then pull up his stuff and see if you can find out who it is.
Oh, I might can do that. Hang on. I'm going to his channel now. He's got 17 videos, 45 subscribers. The fuck?
What?
I don't fucking know, man. Nah, it ain't a first. This a white boy. He is straight troll. He is straight troll, y'all.
Wait, so is that hold on, us getting trolled, is that something that we should be, proud of at this moment because we finally have a troll?
Maybe.
Hey, it's a troll. Roll for initiative.
Everybody get out. Oh shit. Um, what is your process when prepping for a game session?
Say that again. They came out talking to me.
What What's your process when prepping to run a game session?
Oh, um, I be a little more specific.
Like, say you're gonna run Lost Mines of Fandelver, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Say you have 2 weeks to get ready to run this adventure.
yeah.
What are the first 5 things you're gonna do to prep?
Uh, the first 5 things I'm going to do to prep.
Yeah,
Lost my band over. I'm going to get
I was trying to think of one you ran before.
um. First thing I'm going to do is get the first few encounters you know, I get that set up. Um, the um, the important NPCs and their all the information on them. I'm going to have all of that ready. And if I'm going to use maps, then I'm going to have those pre done. Um, Honestly, I don't really prep a whole lot. I just go by what's in the book because it's hard to. Typically, most of the stuff that I prep doesn't even get used. A lot of it's just it doesn't get used.
Well, I mean, you left out the most important step and what I consider to be the essential first step in running any pre-written adventure, and that's reading the fucking book.
I've already read the book.
Well, yeah, but you never stated that. You gotta.
You
I
did. You
read the
said it's one of.
motherfucker if I'm running like a one shot. If I'm running a one shot, then it's like I'm reading that bitch cover to cover at least twice. At least twice.
Oh.
And that's not counting notes and shit and like marking important shit. That's just a full read through at least twice.
My favorite core rule. Um. Hmm. Well, they're actually one and the same. It's that little thing that stays right in the front of the book that says these rules are just a guideline and that they are basically subject to change at the DM's discretion.
He said that's my favorite cool rule, and my favorite house rule is all of them. Oh
No, my
shit.
favorite house rule, my favorite house rule is the penalty tokens. I,
Yeah. It really helps curb behavior in new players. Let them know what's okay and what's not socially and shit at the table. What advice would you give someone who wants to start running games?
mm, be prepared for the unexpected
Oh yeah.
and learn how to make your players do what you want them to do without them knowing you're making them do what you want them to do.
Oh yeah, because trust me, they know they can do whatever the ever do what you want or expect them to do. What age do you think is the right age for new players to start playing a system you have experience with?
Mm. It's all preference to who's running the game. Like me personally, if they can do
Say
math,
I'm running.
read, then yeah, they can play the game. But you but they also need to be able to comprehend what's. I mean, the whole number age thing can't really go by that because I mean I know grown folks that won't comprehend this game.
Let's go ahead and do one of these two that I've saved.
All right. Yeah, because we got 15 minutes.
Yeah. Um. Oh well, shit. They already put one of them in the chat, so I only have one left on here now.
Oh
Wait.
yeah, what was it?
Nope. They are. Nope. They already put both of them in the fucking chat. God damn
What,
it, guys.
what were they?
The one about the legacies and the one about new DMs. You fuckers. I was saving those. I hear you.
Both of them.
Yeah, I know. The fuckers betrayed my confidence.
Etiquette classes. She just curtsied, so I hit her with the etiquette classes.
What the fuck?
Wait. Hey.
Just for that, I'm gonna
Pinky
give
up.
myself cancer.
Only with a teacup. I
Everything.
found it funny how the other day
Hey,
he didn't want to die.
pinky up.
He came back
Here.
home. There's cactus. Cat.
Oh yes. I have something for you when you get here.
Oh,
Yeah.
what is it?
I'm not at liberty to say over webcam.
Dun dun dun.
Let's just put it this way:
Is it a foot in my ass?
no, today's all about it. The screen just cracked, bro. The screen just cracked.
I
What?
The screen just cracked when you
Are
did
my
that.
eyes open? Are my eyes open?
Yeah, they're open.
He just dropped two good questions.
Oh, give me just a sec. I'll be right back. Y'all talk to the chat.
40 years from now,
Right now, the whole chat's out here.
I don't know because I doubt I'll be here 40 years from now. So, I mean,
We have at least 8 to 9 legacies. We have at least 8 to 9 legacies.
8 to 9.
Mm-hmm. Nitro has already stated that children of LHR are the legacies. If you go by that logic, you've got Wilbur, Silverbutt, my two kids, Tink and Striker's two kids, and Nitro's three kids.
My kids was at the door.
So we have possibility for 8 to 9 legacies.
They're calling us old.
Never said that.
I mean, we're not young.
But we ain't old.
I'm old.
I'm older than you.
Jay just said, I'm old.
Off.
She's barely old enough.
You don't even know what that word means.
All I'm saying is I am no longer the youngest LHR member, so I'm old.
No.
If you count legacies,
And that's if you don't count the legacies.
How old is Tank and Doyen?
15.
oh yeah, they are
He's
younger
older.
than Wilbur.
Huh?
I for some reason my brain had them at like just a little above him, so I was wrong.
She said that they were older than Wilbur. I'm like, how old are they?
Yeah, I don't think so.
The brain
I
not
Nah,
think
he's
they'll be
16.
16 this year.
He'll be 17 this year. Him's driving. Scotty.
And even then, even if, like I said, that's if you don't count legacies. That's if you just count, you know, the people on the fucking poster, the rosters.
Who's
Mm,
like, cause I get on the poster.
You should be.
she's on one of them.
Yeah, I
No.
gotta. No, no, she's not. I gotta make a new one.
Oh, what happened to it?
The what I gotta do is the one I have here that I mean I can only fit so many on there, but what I'm gonna end up doing is this one I've got at the end there that's got all the gaming logos on the corners. It's got Nameless on there. I'm gonna take Nameless off. I'm gonna put her on, and then I'm gonna take those logos off the corners and put the legacies in the corners.
Uh, no, I thought you had one on
Well, at
SQ.
least legacies, at least the legacies that play.
So I thought you had SQ on one of the posters.
I think so, but I don't remember when I
I
last.
had her on one of the small ones, but it got fucked up when the ceiling fell in.
Told you he had
Told you.
one.
Told you.
Past tense had. So ha,
Told you.
ha. I was right.
Yes, I know. You are right.
They argued with me that she
Um,
wasn't on one of the posters. Past tense wasn't.
what's something you've learned? What's something you've learned from gaming that you've been able to apply in real life? Something valuable.
It's not okay to hit people in the head.
Most of us answer that question at least at one point in
Oh
time.
shit. What is one game
I
you are
didn't learn that from
extremely
anyone.
looking forward to playing?
Jade says, I think at least all of us has said uh, math. I'm like, but I didn't learn that from the game. I knew how to do math before I played the game.
Yeah, no. Uh, a couple people said it aided in their real life.
And
I don't
personal.
really have problems with that. Oh no, there we go. Wow, the picture got a whole lot better for a second.
It cut for a minute. I don't understand what happened,
I don't know.
Lost the game.
but
What is one game you are extremely
fuck
looking
your
forward to
game.
playing?
So
Blood
the
Heat. I've been wanting to play Bloodkeep since you
I'm
told me
just
about it 2 years ago. I didn't get to play it the first time.
I'm just going on record. I'm just going on record and saying that I love this particular story so much that this will be the third time.
Mm.
The
But you know what I
only
want?
other scenario or the only other adventure I've ever ran that many times is the haunting.
Mm.
And that's because I consider it a good introductory scenario for new players.
Yeah. Right. Whew.
Fuck. So I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. We're gonna end it with one good question. Do we have one more?
Yep.
In
SQ's
10 years,
something.
you're gonna be yeah. One more real good question, y'all.
Um. Oh. Okay, I have a question for you.
Oh,
Yeah. What is a setting that you would like to play for D&D?
that I like to play in?
Yep.
Max.
We're, we're kind of already doing that.
Kind of, but not really. I mean, the environments we're in so far are pretty much like typical. We
Yeah.
haven't really had too much, vehicle battles or desert battles or anything like that, Thunderdome shit.
Yeah.
You know, I want that real post apocalyptic fucking world.
Yeah. Whew. I had to
Think
go back in
you
my
seen the
notes.
Resident Evil movies, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen the Resident Evil movies?
Well, of
All
course.
right, think the third one. I can't. It was either Extinction or Afterlife.
I
The
think
one
that
with
was
the fucking
extinction.
murder crows.
Yeah.
Yeah, think that.
All right. That was my question, but I think we need to go ahead and call it because time's about out.
Yep, I think so. So, uh, until next week, whoop whoop, stay fresh.
Whoop
Thank
whoop.
you for tuning in to LHRPG. Make sure you guys subscribe to Sadistic Circus.
Whoop whoop.
Love y'all. Whoop whoop.